Hello and welcome to EV Review Ireland. My name is Derek Reilly and today we're going to be looking at the brand new MG5, Ireland's first fully electric estate. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by EasyGo. As well as being Ireland's largest EV charging network, EasyGo supports over 10,000 Irish EV drivers to find and use more than 1,200 charge points active on the EasyGo app. This works across the island of Ireland, north and south. The team at EasyGo also provide home, workplace and public chargers together with fleet management and payment service solutions, ideal for businesses transitioning their fleets to electric vehicle driving. Let's start with the inside, then we'll go walk around the outside and then we'll take it for a spin. So this is the MG5. Parent company is with the SAIC Motor Group in China. They bought the MG Rover technology back in 2006, but they weren't allowed to use the Rover side of it. That went on to become BMW and Ford, and now it's Jaguar Land Rover, that brand. So in China, this is the Reilly i5, and it's a combustion engine car as well. So then they brought out the electric version 3 years ago in 2018, and they've sold about 60,000 units of that version. So they know what they're doing when they're talking about making this car. It's now right-hand drive and it's also in Europe, and it's underneath the MG brand, and this is the first estate electric car. And a lot of people will have known of the MG brand, Morris Garage, and its history over the time with regards to what they've made. In China, they've already brought out a refreshed facelifted version of this, so I'm not sure how long this is going to be in the Irish market. And the UK market, we might get another year and a half out of it, but there will be a refresh version. But it's the same car underneath. They haven't changed a lot of it. The day I dropped back this car, MG Europe launched the brand new MG5, so it's unusual reviewing a brand new car to Ireland, and we already know what the next car is going to look like. I'd say it's going to be a year before we see this in Ireland, so I'm still happy with this review, and I still think it's a great car. Looking forward to the new one. So let's start with prices. It starts off at 27,645 for the Excite version. There's two trim levels, the Excite and the Exclusive. The one I'm driving today is the Exclusive. Start off with the driver's door, good big chunky door, hard plastics, but I'd say it's practical, and that's what I'm going to say a lot about this car. It is a practical car. It might be not a looker for everybody, and that's fine as well. I actually don't mind the looks of it, and when we're walking around the outside we can be discussing it. But on the driver's door you've got your central locking, you've got a good big handle, and then you've got your electric windows front and rear, and in the Exclusive version you have those as one touch down, and then you can window lock them as well. Good big pocket as well. Moving over, we have our start-stop button, and on the Exclusive version you have keyless entry, and then you have your electrically adjusted side mirrors and your headlight level. On the Exclusive version they are retractable and heated. Moving over then, the steering wheel, good size steering wheel, and it is a tri-spoke. You have on the left hand side you have your audio, so your radio, phone, etc., and on the right hand side you've got your menu selection, voice assistant. In the middle you've got the MG Octagon, nice little silver detail underneath. Behind that end on the right hand side you've got your wiper controls, and there is a rear wiper on the back of this, and then on the left hand side you have your lighting indicators, and underneath that then you have a cruise control stalk. Your steering wheel is reach and rake, which is great. Some of the other cars that I've reviewed from the SAIC and commercial vehicles that I've reviewed from SAIC don't have that reach and rake option. They only have the rake. Behind that then you've got nice detail on the dash, and the binnacle itself, the driver's cluster is nice. I like it. It has an analog left and right. Left hand side is speed, and like the MG ZS, it's set with miles on the outside and the kilometers on the inside, but I'm sure that MG Ireland will change that around. And then on the right hand side you've got your percentage power that you're utilizing at the time from the battery and the electric motor. It is, whether it's putting regen back in or whether it's you're putting it under a bit of pressure. You've got a 7-inch screen in the middle, and that can be rotated with regards to whether you want it to show an actual number of your speed. It can be the tire pressure and temperatures. battery level in the car, power, whether you're taking it in or out. So there's a couple of different things that you can have displaying on that. Along the bottom then you have your range, seat belts in the back, what mode you're in, trip information, the time, the temperature, your regenerative braking level. So lots of information on there, and it's good, it's bright, and it's very visible. Moving over then, you have your rain sensing wipers on the exclusive version. You also have your auto dimming rear view mirror. You've got your reading lights, you've got your 2 sun visors with mirrors, but there's no lights within them. Underneath that then on the dash, you've got a nice contrasting material effect. It's not quite carbon fiber, but it's kind of that kind of an illusion. Hazard lights. And then underneath that then you've got your 8-inch touchscreen. And this is the exact same unit as a lot of the other SAIC motors, whether it's the Maxus electric vans or whether it's the ZS EV. The only difference is the passenger vehicles have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, whereas the commercials have more of a mirrored link thing going on. It's a bit slow. I'm not going to criticize it. Plug in your phone and you're going to have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and that'll be as fast as your phone is. If you don't, there is satellite navigation in it on the exclusive model. Not sure if actually it is on the Excite model as well. You've got your radio, you can plug in your USB, but as I mentioned, you've got your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay. Car settings, music, and then on the exclusive version, you've got these leather effect seats, and they are, on the exclusive version, you have heated seats option, but it's only one level. Turning knob for volume, and then whether you want to go back to the home is the central button. Behind that then you've got a piano black central area. At the top you have power, so 12 volt and 2 USB type A's. Charging your phone in there. You have some pockets either side, which is great because there is no wireless charging plate or place to put your phone. Behind that then is your HVAC system. It will be your automatic. It's auto in the exclusive version. You have demister in the front and the rear. You've got your power and typically what you expect. Behind that then you've got 3 toggle switches, very similar to the ZS EV. You've got your mode selector, so you've got normal, sport and eco. Then you've got your KERS, which is the regenerative braking system, but they call it KERS like Formula 1. Kinetic energy recovery system. And then on the right hand side you have a toggle switch, and in the UK models that would have said battery, and I think it was for earlier models where there wasn't a battery level on the actual screen. There was a bit of a software update needed for that, but now it's just a blank model. Then you've got your knurled rotary dial mode selector, reverse neutral drive and P in the middle. So nice little compact unit, a lot of touchy buttons, which is great for people. Turny knobs, people are happy with that. Behind that then you've got your automatic handbrake, auto hold, sorry, and your electronic handbrake, and you've got your 2 cup holders, 2 different sizes. Little storage area there. You also have your small armrest area that doesn't move. Nice little size in there. No power, it's just a plain storage area. The seats themselves on the exclusive version are electronically adjusted driver, which is great, and it also has lumbar support. The passenger, no matter what level trim you get, is manually adjusted. No sunroof, which I'm a bit disappointed about because I really like a sunroof, just for airiness in the cab, but visibility wise this is great. As much as you're sitting lower down and it isn't as tall as an SUV, lots of visibility at the front and the sides, and there's a lovely little small mirror behind at the C pillar, just for when you're turning and doing your over your shoulder check. Glove box, good size. Yeah, practical. Like, not the fanciest of interiors, but nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Very happy with it for the money that you're paying, and I know it's not cheap by any means, don't get me wrong, but for this size of an electric car, like, this is very similar price to the Renault Zoe. Look at the car that you're getting for this, and there's enough mod cons on it. The Renault Zoe might have a bit more driver assist bits and pieces inside in it, but like, let's have a seat in the back.
If you think this car is for you, you can contact EasyGo and register for their app by clicking the link on the screen or in the description.
Here in the back, because this is an internal combustion engine in China, what they've done is they put the battery packs in underneath the seats and on the floor pan. So there is no transmission tunnel. You can actually feel a small bit of it underneath the mats. So where the transition tunnel would be. So then the seat bench is up higher, lumbar support wouldn't be great, and my seat, which is set for me, because I'm 6'2", 187 centimeters, I've tried to keep that down as low as I can. I'd like it lower, but because that battery pack is in underneath. So back here, the tops of my toes are wedged in underneath the seat. Not bad, don't get me wrong. And it, space-wise, you've got about 20, 30 millimeters to 3 centimeters. Head-wise, not bad either. Handrail, coat hook, door, electronic windows, and then not a huge door pocket, but not bad. You've got your speaker on the door then as well. 2 USBs in the back of this one, and a foot warmer. It's not really going to do much more else being that low down, but on the Excite version there isn't those USBs in the back. Then you've got 2 ISOFIX fittings, and you've got your armrest here as well. 5 headrests. The 5th headrest, if I remember correctly, isn't in the ZS EV, so it's nice to have 5 headrests. But yeah, in the back, good space. I'd like a bit more foot room and bits and pieces like that, but otherwise, yeah. Let's have a look in the boot. Let's walk around the outside of the MG5. You have kind of, some people say it looks like a bit of an older Passat, but definitely it is a Western car design compared to what we can see coming out of Asia now. And we're probably going to see a bit more Asian influence coming in there. Some nice creases on the bonnet. And I think the front is looking great. You've got those LED running daylights. And you've got that chrome effect down underneath. There isn't any fog lights option on this, but it's got a nice front. I like it. You've got the charging port, and we'll talk a bit about more about the charging speeds. That is at the front, and it's got that sideways opening flap as well. You've got CCS Type 2 in there as well. Down along the side, you've got a nice shoulder crease. These are 16-inch wheels. So you've got some nice chrome effects, or chrome trim around the windows, on the door handles. And then you know the difference between the Excite and the Exclusive because you've these roof rails. Now with these roof rails, there's a small bit of a controversy at the moment because they're not rated for any load at the moment. MG are going to get around to it. We think it's going to fall between 35 kgs or 70 kgs, but at the moment they are just classed as decorative, but the Excite doesn't have them. So it makes this car small but taller. I think it adds to the look of that station wagon effect look. But overall, the front and the side, they're not bad. Comes in 5 colours. The white comes as standard. Then you've got blue, grey and black. And then the most expensive one is this metallic tri-red. Moving around to the rear, probably the best looking side of the actual car. I think it looks really nice. It's got that spoiler at the top with that brake light. You've got your windscreen wiper. You've got that nice chrome effect across the back. Rear lights are LED. And you've got some nice detailing in underneath here. There isn't any fake exhausts, but yeah, I think it's good. Some people are complaining about that the badge gets a bit close to the license plate, but it's perfectly there on that one. And then the reason that you'd buy this is the storage area. So you have a really, really good size boot in this. 464 litres up to the roof line, up to the cover, and that jumps up over 500 then once you don't use that. This one has the boot liner in it. Now there is a bit of a dip going in, but great size. In the boot itself, underneath, you don't have a lot going on. You have space if you want to for a spare tyre, but at the moment they supply it with a tyre puncture kit. On the right hand side you have your charging cables there stowed away in the little net, and then you've got your 60-40 split in underneath there, and that brings it up to 1,450 odd litres. I'll put the sizes up on the screen. You have your light on the left hand side, no hooks, but great size. Really great. And it isn't a powered tail lift as well. Tail lift. Yeah, let's take it out on the road. What's it like driving the MG5? Lovely. I think the suspension is set up great. The seated position I talked about when I was sitting in the back is, I'd like it a bit lower, but I appreciate that the battery are underneath. It's not bad. I just feel I'd like to be a small bit lower. I'm 6'2", as mentioned before. So battery pack in the MG5 is a 52.5 kilowatt hour battery, and usable is 48.8. So decent size and bigger than its sister, the MG ZS EV. Motor is 115 kilowatts, and that gives you an output of 154 brake horsepower and about 250 newton meters of torque. So it is a real sleeper at the traffic lights. If you are that person in the Jaguar I-Pace, and usually a EV versus EV at the traffic lights, I saw you ahead of me, and I saw that you liked to show off your EV takeoff skills at a traffic light ahead of me. And then when I pulled up beside you, you didn't think I had the beans to get you as well. So it was a nice little surprise for you, I'd say. But yeah, it is very powerful, and in sport, and that's normal mode. In sport mode, it is it's even more like you'll get wheel spins. Not that you'll be looking for wheel spins, but yeah, you'll get them if you want them. Range for the MG5 WLTP is saying 345. I'm getting about 280. And then with regards to, that's overall. WLTP for city only driving is saying a 445. I'd say if you were conservative with it and you were just doing urban driving, you'd definitely get over, like, you'd be getting near the 350, 360 kilometer range. That's phenomenal stuff when you think about it. If you're just potting around the town, whether that be in business, whether that be in as a taxi, whether that be as a parent dropping kids off, really, really, really good.
Here I am at my local Lidl. Lidl have put in the complimentary chargers for their customers, through the EasyGo network. So you just need an EasyGo fob, you just tap it, and then you've got some complimentary charging while I'm in shopping. This MG5 has an onboard AC charger of 6.6 kilowatts, and if you're charging that at home on your home charger, they're usually around the 7.4 kilowatt. That'll take about 8 hours 45 minutes. Then you can see that clicking in there, and what's better than getting a free charge when you're out and about. With the EasyGo app and the fob, you get access to the largest network in Ireland because you can utilise other networks. So here I am at an ESP fast charger on the app. I select the charger, I select the connection that I want, and it's literally just plug and play. The DC charger on the MG5 is an 80 kilowatt maximum capacity, so it can take that at its peak, but it obviously then ramps down. 10 to 80% takes about 35 minutes.
0 to 100 kilometers is 7.7 seconds, and top speed is 185 kilometers an hour. So by no means it is not a slouch. It has a much bigger electric motor than what's available in China, just because they understand that Western drivers prefer that performance and that speed if they need it. Potentially the person driving this car may never need it, but the option is there. As mentioned when I was sitting in the cab earlier on, the regen is controlled by the curves button, and it is defaults to level 2, but I like it in level 3. It's not quite one pedal driving, but it is it's great to be getting that energy back into the battery as you're driving along. Display is great. Suspension, as I mentioned, is set up, I think, correctly. It's not too soft, it's not too hard. I think it's just in the sweet spot. Steering wheel has a lovely feel as you take your corners. They've weighted it perfectly, in my opinion. So overall, it's a really nice drive. The only thing that a downfall is that I'd like to see it a small bit lower. I'd love if there was a panoramic sunroof. But otherwise, there's a very little to fault on this. The MG pilot driver assists would be nice to have as an option if I wanted to. But like for the money that you're getting here, it's a very capable machine. And it also, with the fact that it has cruise control as well, if you are doing those motorway miles, very happy with that. Let's take it out on the motorway and see what it's like at motorway speeds. What you'll also get with this MG that a lot of people are surprised about when I was chatting about this car this week and showing a couple of friends and family around it, is a 7-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty. And that's transferable, so whether you're buying one second hand, this is the first brand new MG5 registered in the country. So thanks to Linders who had it to give it to me for a couple of days, but also thanks to Phil in Electric Autos who has a UK import, because it's been in the UK market for a number of months now. And so Phil was saying that he'd be happy for me to come on down and review it, just to get out the first review in Ireland. It was nice to get the opportunity. So thank you, Phil. Heading on to the M50 now, and it has a lovely takeoff. Really good. Road noise actually is very acceptable. I've been in much noisier, like that Hyundai Kona. The rear tyre noise in that was absolutely shocking. But no, this is lovely. Very well insulated and good. Great pickup. 100 kilometers an hour and it's whisper quiet. Very nice. Let's bring it up to 120. That is lovely. And it's windy outside as well today, so it's great that it is what it is regarding sound insulation. Now, it's on a smooth motorway, don't get me wrong, but yeah, lovely. Hopefully you're enjoying the review. You can leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have already done that. It's great for engagement levels with YouTube. When they see engagement with people commenting, and I reply to every single comment, they go, oh, okay, there's an engaging video, we'll show it to more people. So if you've got the time just to write, leave a comment in, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like about the MG5. I'd really appreciate it.
Just a reminder that today's video was sponsored by EasyGo, who are offering a year's free driving when EasyGo installs a charger at your home or business. For more info or to submit for a quote, click the link on the screen or in the description.
That's my review of the MG5. I call this section the conclusion and outro. What do I conclude? I think it's a great car. I think it may not be everybody's taste looks-wise, but practicality, size of boot, it's going to be the perfect car for families, for businesses, for potentially taxi drivers. Hopefully you're going to see a lot of these on the road. Like I say at the end of a lot of my reviews, I'm just looking to get more EVs out there. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review. If you haven't already, subscribed. If you can leave a like and comment. It helps with the engagement on the video, and that's what YouTube really loves. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thanks for watching.